Hey guys, so today I have my lovely mother. Introduce yourself.
I am Adrienne Torres.
She's so professional. You guys have been begging her to be in my videos for some reason. I get my whole paranormal experiences from her. She's been having them since she was a little kid. So today we're gonna show you guys about a paranormal experience that happened, or a so-called paranormal experience that happened about 2 weeks ago. I wanna say a week and a half. We're gonna have 2 weeks ago. We both experienced the same thing, just in different rooms of the house. So I was downstairs, she was upstairs when it happened, but we both heard the same thing. So I'm gonna do the whole what she felt or what she heard or what happened to her when she first came in. I was upstairs at this time watching TV when she came home. So when you got into the kitchen, start from there. Yeah.
In the kitchen, I was talking to Miss Jasmine, and
all of a sudden I was upstairs.
No, when you first came in, you came downstairs, and something fell by the refrigerator, and nothing ever falls by the refrigerator because there's nothing by the refrigerator. Okay, like it sounded like keys or something falling behind the refrigerator, and I didn't say anything. I just kept talking, just weird. That's all I know. So I just put it on my mind, like, oh, that's interesting. I guess I'll check on that later. Actually, it sounded like more like not keys, but like a piece of glass that fell behind the refrigerator. I like and went, you know.
And nothing ever falls. It was on top of the refrigerator, or was it beside the refrigerator?
I feel like it fell to the side behind it. You know, there's nothing really there beside it but the counter, so there's no this much space between the refrigerator and the cabinet, so nothing really can fall back there.
And for anything to fall, because we don't put anything there, you would have to manually just push it yourself for things to fall, which is why it was weird. But she didn't say anything to me. I was upstairs watching TV at this point, I guess, and I had no idea what was going on. So then fast forward to me getting hungry, like I always do, and I went downstairs. Don't roll your eyes at me.
Okay.
I went downstairs and I forget what I was eating, doesn't really matter, but I was at the table that was next to the window, and my mom and her boyfriend were upstairs in her room talking. So all of a sudden, you hear a loud door slam. Like, it sounded like a door slam. At first it sounded like someone had got pushed into a door. So I'm thinking, oh crap, is there a murderer in the house? Is my mom's boyfriend a murderer? In my mind, I'm thinking, that's what I was really thinking. Because it sounded like someone got pushed into a door from my perspective. So I'm thinking I should get a knife. He could be hitting my mom. He's a really nice guy, but you don't know folks. Everybody has a secret side to them. So I'm thinking I need to go protect you, so I should go get a knife. But I was like, I'm not gonna overreact. I'm gonna finish whatever I'm eating. And then I went over to the counter to get the knife, but then I was like, no, I'm probably overreacting. They probably slammed the door. They're probably like arguing. They didn't want me to hear. So they probably just slammed the door. So I go upstairs to make sure that that is what's happening. And when this did happen, the dog and the cat were next to me downstairs because they wanted some food. So it wasn't the cat or the dog running around hitting the walls. They were both scared, like they were both as shocked as I was. All three of our heads turned towards upstairs because that's where we heard the noise come from. We heard the door slam upstairs. So when I go upstairs, I'm like, Mom, did I say, did you slam a door, or did I say, did you hear that?
You said, did you hear that?
And you're like, hear what? And I was like, it sounded like a door slammed.
And so I said, well, I heard something like the door in the sunroom slamming like we normally do when we take a dog out. It's we go down the stairs to the kitchen, through the sunroom, to the outside door. So it's kind of muffled from where I sit, but it's underneath my bedroom. So you kind of hear always hear like a little shake, and you hear the door kind of slam when people slam the door in the back. That's what I thought I heard because it was normal. Like that would be normal for something like that to happen. So when she came up and said, did you hear all that noise? Did you hear the door slam? I'm like, no, but I did hear something slam. But I thought it was a normal door, like you were downstairs with the dog, right? And she said, yeah, but the dog was beside me, the cat was beside me, and it wasn't them. So,
she thought the door slamming was the door that I was next to the room. Like, there's a room right here, and this is the table that I'm sitting at. So the room door that she thinks is slamming to the outside is right next to me. Right. I would have clear as day heard that door slam because I'm hearing it come from upstairs, so that's why I go upstairs to ask her, "Are you guys slamming doors?"
And I heard it from downstairs, thinking that she had just let the dog back in and slammed the door in the back.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here creeped out, like, okay. So me and her boyfriend go around and we look around the house. He goes into the washer dryer room, and I look at the study. That room door is open. I look at all the closet doors downstairs. That room's open. All the doors that are closed are the ones leading to outside. Those doors are locked. And then I go upstairs. All the room doors are open. So we're like, where is that noise? Where did that come from? Like, I'm kind of scared a little bit, but I kind of brush it off, like, whatever. It's cool. So I'm fast forward to me being in my room. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm on my phone watching YouTube videos, and then she comes in. She closes the door, and she whispers, "Are you playing with an Ouija board?"
Yes, I did say that, because I'm like, are you talking about all this paranormal stuff? Are you conjuring up stuff? Because this is weird. The key dropping behind the refrigerator, then you have the door slamming, and I'm hearing the door slam. Something's not right.
So my mom totally believes me.
Well, I truly believe you. It's not like it shouldn't be believing you. I know what I heard, and it was a coincidence you came up and asked me the same question. I didn't pay any mind to it, so I thought it was you downstairs, and you said no. So that freaked me kind of sort of out, especially since the keys fell behind the refrigerator or glass or whatever it was. And there was nothing there. We went back there later. There was nothing back there that had fallen. So that was really a weird day. So that's why I answered, are you conjuring up stuff with all these stories?
No, you didn't know I was telling the ghost stories.
Well,
so
no, I didn't, but until you
thought I was playing an Ouija board because I had played with it before. And I was like, no, but I was like, oh, you know what? I've been telling my ghost stories on YouTube in Travis's room. And then you tell me,
what?
You need to stop.
Yes, she does. She asked me today to tell you this story. I'm like, oh, you're trying to conjure up something? But I do believe in ghosts. And I believe in spirits. And I believe that we do have a knack for seeing and hearing things. Not consistently, but sometimes.
Me and you? We're humans.
And grandma too.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, you know, my grandmother died. My mom saw her the same night. And we had no idea. We were in two separate wings of the house, my mom's house. And that morning I woke up. I saw my grandmother come in. She knocked on the door on the side of the house where I was in my mom's house, just spending the night there. And the blind hit once. The wind was up a little bit, but it's on the side of the house, and it's not normal where the wind blows anything. So when I was in my brother's room, and the blind hit the windowsill, it lifted up and hit the windowsill once. I'm like, oh, that's weird. This is about 15 years ago. It hit the side of the house, and I'm like, oh, that's weird because the wind never blows in here. And then I was sitting. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was reading. Is this wide awake? And then it hit again, pop. And I'm like, whoa, you know what they say, 3 knocks and the ghost will appear. And I sat there and I kept reading, and then it hit a 3rd time, pop. And all of a sudden, everything went black, and I saw her standing in front of me.
Like the lights went out?
No, my mind, everything in my mind went gray. I couldn't see anything. It was like just the overwhelming presence of somebody in my face, in my head. And all of a sudden, then I saw her in front of me. My eyes would clear up, and I saw her standing in front of me. And she stood there, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I seeing? And I'm wide awake, reading a book. And I was reading a scary book too. But I wasn't thinking about her. And then she stood there, and I was like, am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? And then and I looked down, kept reading the book, and I looked up, and it was still there. And I looked back down, and I looked back up, and it was still there. So for like 30 minutes I'm doing this, and I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do?
You weren't scared?
I didn't know what it was. It was a person. It was something in front of me.
But it looked like...
I was told, if you don't know what it is, don't speak to it. So I did not speak to it. I did not say a word. So after 30, it didn't float. It didn't float away. It didn't like little, what do you call them?
Disappear?
Or like dots, whatever. You think it's a light bright, and the dots floaters. It wasn't a float. It stood still.
It was like...
Still.
Could you see through her?
Yes, through her, because you stand in front of the door, in front of this closet door, and you could see there was an imprint of her. But she was standing with no floating, no going in and out. It was her. It was all in white, like a negative imprint of a person. But it was her. You could tell it was her. And it's her grandmother. You know?
This is your grandmother, my great great grandmother.
Yes. So eventually, I said I got to go to sleep because I work in the morning. And it was not going anywhere, so I got on my knees and said my prayers, and all of a sudden...
Wait, you got on your knees with your back face towards her?
I sure did, because I was
Whoa, she could have grabbed you!
Something came on me, and it was nice. It was not nice. It was warm. It came around me, And then all of a sudden it lifted and went away. I got in bed, cut that light off beside me, and put that covers on my head, over my head, because I was like, oh my God, please do not touch me tonight. So I went to sleep, got up in the morning, and my father was downstairs with my mother, and I said, Dad, I gotta tell you something. Grandma came to me last night, and my mom looked at me, and then she ran upstairs. And I told my dad, what's wrong with Mom? And he said, your grandmother came to visit her last night. She knocked on the dresser 3 times, and your mother got scared. And I said, oh my God, because we hadn't even talked. Same night, 3 knocks, different rooms. I mean, I'm telling you, the rooms are probably, I don't know, from where she sleeps to where I was sleeping, you're talking about maybe, I don't know.
5 steps?
No, about, I'd say it's
I'm
probably about 20 feet
I'm
away
picturing
or
Uncle
more.
Uncle Reg's room. Are you talking about the
Uncle
one
Reg's
across?
room, yeah. They got far apart. There's 2 doors, a whole hallway in between. They have a hallway in their room, so it's 20, 30, probably 50 feet from each other, from the rooms, from just the start of each room. It's a pretty big section of the house, so we're far apart from each other, on the same side, but 2 separate sides of the rooms of the house. And that's truth. That morning she heard her mother come to her the same morning I did, because I was like, oh my God, 3 knocks and there's a ghost. And that 3rd knock came, all of a sudden everything went gray in my head, and I saw this presence in front of me, and then it cleared up, and just that presence standing in front of me for about 30 minutes, non-wavering, didn't say a word, I didn't say a word. And then when I went to bed to go say my prayers, came around me, I felt it. It was night, it was warm, a warm feeling, a very warm feeling came around me as I was praying, and then it just dissipated. So whatever that feeling was.
Most people, when you don't know the person that's visiting you, will most likely feel a cold presence, but because she knew who it was, or who, you know, like I told you guys before, if you don't know who the person is visiting you, don't say anything. And even if you do know them, don't say anything, because Mom used to always tell me when I was younger, it could be something acting like they are who you may think that they are, so that you can invite them in. That's a way how they can get in, is because they will imitate someone that you know who has passed on, and you say something to them, it would be inviting them to haunt you or mess with you or do things to you that you don't want, or to just stay in your house. So she's braver than me, because all the other experiences that I've ever had, you guys know, I just stay still in my bed. I don't say anything. I don't do anything. I am stiff as a rock, because I feel like if I move, they will see me. This girl gets up, walks, turns around, turns her back to it, and tries to pray. No, I'm gonna pray looking up at the ceiling.
It is always awesome, and it will protect you from anything, and I knew that much.
But you got up and turned your back to it.
I had trust in God and faith in Him that whatever it was not going to harm me, and it did not. So I was fine. Then I wish it had come back, because now I knew it was her. I didn't get a chance to talk to her and answer any questions, and there was plenty of questions. So it's been over 15 years, well over 15 years. And I wish to this day I had at least asked her something, said hi or whatever. How is it? I mean, I didn't say anything. I kind of regret that now. So.
But don't speak.
Unless you know who it is.
You're sure for sure?
Pray about it and then speak. How about that?
Okay, yeah. Pray about it before you speak to something that's
go.
in front of you that you can see through.
But don't let it harm you. You know, that's
yeah.
You know, that you're protected. You know, so white light, pray from over. So
if you guys are religious, but I don't know.
If not, white light all over it.
So that is the little ghost story, mini ghost story that we have. I have her come up here and tell her ghost story. She has quite more than I do, I have a feeling.
I only have one ghost story. I have many visions, but only one
experiences.
Yeah, but more visions than that.
You've lived in a haunted house before. Yeah, the one that the lady was walking around upstairs.
Oh yeah, I never saw her, thank God.
But she heard her.
About it, yeah.
So
we heard her upstairs.
She's had a lot of
experiences. Yeah, but
a lot of
experiences. Thank God I never saw that.
And I get it from her, so I kind of block it out of my mind now, because it really scares me. It scares me a lot. It shouldn't scare
you. It's a gift. You should just accept it, embrace it, and
I'm
pray
shaking
about
right now.
So just don't stop conjuring up stuff.
I won't conjuring up anything.
And don't play with the Ouija board, because that stuff is truth and it is scary. You're working with lower level spirits. You don't need to do that. So you don't need to, don't bring that into your house. Don't bring it into your life.
Like I did. So that's my story for today. I know you guys are going to ask her to come back on and tell another ghost story or do the mom tag. So just choose one down below in the comment section if you want to hear one of her ghost stories or paranormal experiences. or do you want to see the mom tag? So let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys later. But I'm not, because I don't want you guys to tell me demons and then ending up like me, like having stars, a lot of demons around me, so I couldn't do that. So